see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
The morning atmosphere at the Circuito de Jerez felt different than usual. While most teams were still preparing in the paddock, the Yamaha Motor Company garage and the Prima Pramac racing team were already in full swing. Today wasn't just another warm-up session, it was a crucial moment ahead of the 2026 MotoGP main race, with one name in the spotlight: Toprak Razgatlioglu. Toprak was seen taking to the track earlier than the official schedule, a move that was not without reason. After struggling for weeks with the wild nature of Yamaha's V4 engine, the team has finally introduced a major update that they believe will be a turning point in performance. The main focus this morning was testing the latest aerodynamic package, combined with improvements to the V4 engine mapping, a combination expected to deliver smoother acceleration and maximum stability in Jerez's fast corners. The Pramac team, now collaborating closely with Yamaha, was actively monitoring every telemetry data in real time. Every time Toprak returned to the pits, a brief but intense discussion ensued. Engineers noted subtle changes in winglet angles, tire pressure, and even throttle response. This wasn't just another test, it was a process of refining the feel Toprak had been searching for to truly blend in with the character of the V4 engine. Interestingly, the new aero system tested today wasn't just about straight-line speed. The design focused more on the bike's balance during left-right transitions, something that was crucial at Jerez. Early results showed that Toprak could now enter fast corners with more confidence without having to adjust his position too much. This provided a significant advantage in maintaining momentum, a key factor in setting a competitive lap time. Meanwhile, the updates to the V4 engine were also starting to show results. The power response, which previously felt explosive, was now more linear, allowing Toprak to control acceleration with greater precision. This was crucial, especially when exiting tight corners in the final sector, where the slightest loss of traction could cost him valuable time. If these improvements continue into the official session and the race, it's possible that Toprak will pose a serious threat to his rivals. Jerez could be the starting point for Yamaha's V4 revival, and today, it all started with a simple decision: drop off early, work harder, and find the speed that had been hidden for so long. And here's the full news. The atmosphere at the Circuito de Jerez was barely alive, but one garage was already showing a different intensity. While some teams were still warming up their engines and preparing basic strategies, Yamaha Motor Company, along with Prima Pramac Racing, had already begun something far more serious. Their focus was one thing: maximizing Toprak Razgatlioglu's potential with the latest package they had been keeping under wraps. Unknown to the public, this morning's session was actually a continuation of the closed simulation run the night before. Some mechanics still showed signs of fatigue, but no one had truly stopped. Yamaha brought two different configurations for Toprak's bike, one with updated standard aero, and the other with an experimental winglet package never seen on a real track before. The most striking difference was the more aggressive shape of the front winglet, with a slightly sharper angle to increase downforce at high speeds. But what was even more interesting was at the rear, a small rear aero device mounted near the tail unit. This component was designed to stabilize the bike during hard braking while reducing the effect of wheelies when accelerating out of corners. Toprak himself appeared very focused from the start. He didn't immediately push the bike to its maximum limit, but instead built up a rhythm gradually. Lap after lap, his speed increased consistently. From internal data seen on the pit wall, the increase in time attacks wasn't confined to one sector, but rather almost evenly, an indication that the new package was working across the board, not just in specific areas. Another previously undisclosed aspect was the changes to the bike's seating position and ergonomics. Yamaha quietly adjusted the seat height and foot peg position to better suit Toprak's aggressive riding style, which relies on extreme braking. This small adjustment had a significant impact. Toprak could now sustain pressure longer into corners without losing balance. Communication between Toprak and his team also appeared much more in sync than in previous sessions. While he had often seemed frustrated with the unpredictable nature of the V4 engine, today his expression was much calmer. Every time he returned to the pits, he immediately provided detailed feedback, not just on grip or power, but also on how the bike was talking to him in each phase of the corner. On the technical side, Yamaha also experimented with engine braking and traction control. They tried several electronic configurations that allowed for more stable deceleration without sacrificing entry speed. This was key, as Toprak's riding style, which relies heavily on late braking, requires maximum stability as the rear wheel begins to lose weight. Interestingly, there was a moment midway through the session where Toprak nearly lost control in the final sector. However, rather than being a problem, it became a crucial evaluation point. The team immediately analyzed the data and made quick adjustments to the power distribution. As a result, in the next run, Toprak was able to complete the same sector much cleaner and even set a faster time. The collaboration with Pramac was also beginning to show real impact. The team, previously synonymous with the Ducati approach, now brought a different perspective to Yamaha's development. They were more willing to take risks with setups, trying combinations Yamaha might not have previously considered. This synergy created a new approach that was more flexible and adaptive to Toprak's needs. Toward the end of the session, race pace simulations began. This was the most crucial part. It was no longer about a single fast lap, but about maintaining consistent speed over several consecutive laps. The results were quite surprising. Toprak was able to maintain a stable rhythm with more controlled tire degradation. This is something that had previously been a weak point of the Yamaha V4. What was completely undisclosed was the use of a new material in the swing arm, which is now reportedly a carbon composite to increase flexibility without sacrificing strength. This component works in conjunction with the new aero to maintain optimal tire-to-pavement contact, especially during acceleration out of slow corners. All these developments point to one conclusion: Yamaha is no longer simply trying to catch up. They are beginning to develop a new identity for their V4 bike, more hospitable to aggressive riding styles, more stable in a variety of conditions, and most importantly, more trustworthy for riders like Toprak. When the morning session ended, there were no excessive celebrations in the garage. But the body language of the entire team showed a satisfaction that was hard to hide. They knew this was just the beginning, but they also realized I believe they are taking the right direction. Now the question is no longer whether Toprak can be fast, but how far he can push the limits with this new package when the main race begins. If all of this morning's data is confirmed in the official session, then Jerez 2026 could be a major turning point, not just for Toprak, but also for Yamaha Motor Company's renaissance in the V4 era.